Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Mudblood Cal here, and today we are going over the picks 10 through 20 portion of the NFL draft, or 11 through 20 of the NFL draft. You can go check out my video from yesterday where I went through 1 through 10. But yeah, I'm just going to give some rundown on who the picks are and then some analysis. So we are starting at 11, where the Bears traded up for Justin Fields, who's on your screen right now. This was probably one of the biggest moves of the night, I'd say, if not the biggest. The Bears grow up and snag a quarterback. Even though Andy Dalton said they told him he was the quarterback number one, I don't think anyone really bought that. Although it was the Bears, so if anyone was going to make Andy Dalton their starting quarterback, it would definitely be the Bears. But yeah, grabbing Justin Fields, pretty good move. They might have him sit behind Dalton for a week or two, and then Dalton will get benched. There's a lot of teams that'll do that. A couple teams that'll do that. But good pickup for Matt Nagy. Probably will prolong his job there in Chicago a few more years. And the Bears have been good over the last 3 years with Mitch Trubisky. If Justin Fields is just an above average quarterback, or even just like an average one, the Bears have a chance to be really good, because they made the playoffs 2 of the last 3 years. The only year they didn't, they went 8-8. I know the playoff format expanded, but still, they made the playoffs. They weren't a bad team. At pick number 12, the Cowboys get Micah Parsons. The thing with Micah Parsons, the reason I think he's fallen, did fall so far, not really that far, just a couple picks. Cowboys did get their guy at the end, though, was that he he plays the position like an edge rusher, but he's an inside linebacker. So that doesn't help. But Cowboys definitely did get the best player available. Their linebacker situation seems a bit weird. They already have Jalen Smith and Leighton Vander Esch, but I don't think they're picking up Vander Esch's fifth-year option. So I guess we'll see what happens. At 13, the Chargers got Rashawn Slater, tackle from Northwestern, come in and protect Justin Herbert and just give some depth offensively. At 14, Elijah Vera Tucker, really good pickup by the Jets to get this guy and protect Zach Wilson. He's technically a guard according to ESPN here, but he can play tackle as well. He can play a bit of both. He'll be really good to pair alongside Mekhi Becton, their first-round pick last year on the offensive line. I think the Jets are trying to do, or maybe it's just accidentally, what the Colts were doing a few years ago, where they just take a guy, an offensive lineman in the first round every year. And eventually they will have an absolutely stellar offensive line. We saw that work with the Colts and the Cowboys. It can definitely work with the Jets if they make it work. At 15, the Patriots got Mac Jones. It was pretty clear he'd fall to them after he didn't get picked at 4 or 3 by the 49ers. This kind of sucks because everyone hates the Patriots. I'm there as well. But his overall rank, according to ESPN, is 15, and he went 15th. So good for him, I guess. But yeah, I think he's there's an argument to be made he's the second best NFL ready quarterback. I don't buy that, though. He's probably gonna go back and forth with Cam Newton for the starting job this year. We'll see who ends up with it. That'll definitely be a video where I break down the quarterbacking battle, as well as the one with the 49ers and I guess the Broncos now. So that'll be it. Keep it up. Teams keep adding quarterbacks. Same thing with the Bears. We could get a whole 7 straight days of just quarterback battles. That'll provide some content during training camp, which is kind of dry, so that'll actually be good. Xavier Collins, um, you know, outside linebacker from Tulsa, he is really good. You could argue that they reached on this, but I think you'll notice that there's a trend with guys that were kind of projected to go in the second round, going here in the mid to late first. So good pickup by the Cardinals. The Raiders, in true Raider fashion, also reached, got Alex Leatherwood from Alabama, probably the second best tackle in this draft, but pretty solid, I'd say, pickup from them. The Dolphins grabbed Jalen Phillips. Anytime you can get a guy who's as good as Jalen Phillips is, from a college literally in your backyard, you got to jump on that opportunity. Jalen Phillips, in my opinion, is the best defensive end in this draft. Every single time I say that, I feel like I'm forgetting someone. I don't think I am, though, as I scroll back. I think Rosaru is probably the second, I would assume. Who went later, we'll talk about that in my second video later today. We'll break down picks 20 through 32. Jamin Davis to the Washington football team was a guy I was really hoping that would fall to the Chiefs. My Chiefs, that didn't happen. Rightfully so. He's a really good football player. And he went a bit earlier than I thought he would. I thought he'd be early second round when pick 20. Would have been a miracle if he'd followed 38 more picks. But I can wish. At pick 20, final one we're going to talk about. Giants traded back with the Bears. This is the Bears pick. Giants took Kadarius Toney from Florida. He was a pretty solid wide receiver. Not the best, not the worst. I think there's better guys they could have drafted here. But he has a lot of potential, and he'll be really good to pair with Kenny Galladay and give Daniel Jones a weapon. But I still think there are better people that could pick here. Leave, like, and subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter at MudbloodCow. And peace.